Indian economic updates. The Finance Ministry has instructed state-run banks to conduct a thorough review of their gold loan procedures due to concerns over heightened risk associated with the recent surge in metal prices. The worry is that this surge may have prompted lenders to offer top-up loans on existing debts. The Department of Financial Services has directed banks to scrutinize every gold loan account dating back to 1 January 2022. Banks are required to assess the value of collateral, analyze collection charges, and investigate any instances of evergreening. This directive follows a 17% increase in gold loans and a 16.6% rise in gold prices year-on-year. As of 26 January, loans against gold jewelry amounted to 1,01,934 crore, with gold prices reaching a high of 65,140 per 10 grams on 5th March. In February, India's pharmaceutical market experienced robust growth of nearly 9% month-on-month, with all therapy areas performing well except for the respiratory segment. The industry's impressive performance, highlighting a close to 9% growth overall. All therapy areas exhibited strong expansion, while volume-driven growth remained challenging for most therapy areas. There was positive value growth, primarily attributed to price increases and new product introductions. The anti-infective and anti-neoplastic segments emerged as top performers with better volume-driven growth. However, for the majority of therapy areas, market expansion relied on price adjustments and new offerings rather than volume. The antibiotic drug Augmentin maintained its position as the leading product, achieving a 22% growth rate in February. The RBI seems to have changed its approach to bolstering liquidity, with its recent activities in the foreign exchange market attracting significant capital inflows. According to market sources, the RBI plans to allow a $5 billion foreign exchange sell-buy swap operation to mature on 11th March, which is expected to inject more than 40,000 crore rupees into the banking system. This action drains rupees from the banking system when dollars are sold and injects rupee liquidity when dollars are repurchased. While the banking system had a substantial liquidity surplus in 2022 due to RBI's injections during the COVID-19 pandemic, liquidity has been in deficit over the past 6 months, mainly due to banks borrowing from the central bank. Typically, banking system liquidity faces pressure from mid-March onward due to corporate advance tax payments at year-end and regular monthly outflows from GST payments. The government is prepared to purchase pulses like urad, masoor, and tur, along with maj and cotton, at MSP from farmers if they shift from water-intensive rice cultivation. Additionally, urad dal will be sold under the Bharat brand at subsidized rates. Farmers will receive a 5-year buyback guarantee to encourage crop diversification and restore groundwater levels. Initially proposed to protesting farmers from Punjab and Haryana, the scheme involves government agencies procuring corn, cotton, and pulses at MSP from those switching crops. A dedicated portal will facilitate transparent procurement, with no quantity restrictions. Plans include launching a portal akin to Karnataka's fruits system to organize farmer data for better scheme implementation and yield estimates.